Greetings, everyone, and welcome. It is May the 21st, 2025, and unfortunately, the last 48 hours have done very little to de-escalate the war in Ukraine. But quite on the other hand, it has done much to escalate the war in Ukraine. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you some different video clips that came today from Vladimir Putin and also from Sergei Lavrov. The bottom line is, after the Trump-Putin call, Vladimir Putin basically has a green light. And as you can tell by the thumbnail title, he's got a green light and basically a good luck, my friend, and go big. And you're going to understand why I use the phrase go big. You're going to understand why you see Joseph Stalin there in the background with his blessing. Ladies and gentlemen, today was a big change of the rhetoric coming out of Russia, basically doubling down on their narrative. And sure, you can expect no deals, no ceasefires. They don't care about sanctions, nothing. They have exactly what they want. And over the next few minutes, I believe the videos will validate that. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. We hit 61,000. Now we're on our way to 62,000, and it just helps us get the message out, and it's so appreciated. Let's jump right to it, guys. We're going to start right here. Putin actually went to the Kursk region. He had a meeting with the Orthodox Church and all of their representatives. He had a meeting with the governor and all of the elected officials. They're sitting around this big table at that meeting, and he made some statements, and I'm going to go over those right now. But the first thing I want you to understand is where Kursk is and why we're actually going to be talking about Sumy is in the targeted in the crosshairs for Ukraine. So you guys know this is the map. Basically, Sumy is this region right there in the red box, in this circle. And as you can see, this is really where the war is raging. Lugansk, Donetsk, Zaporizhia, Kherson, and Crimea. So it's way up here. Now, I'm going to take that off. I'm going to zoom in for you just a little bit here so that then you can understand a little bit better. Vladimir Putin was meeting in this region today, in that city. He also went to the nuclear power plant and took a tour, which is located there. This is actually where Ukraine had made the great offensive into Russia. Now, Russia has repelled and, for the most part, pushed Ukraine back and out. But unfortunately, if you look even closer, I'll show you the border here. This is actually the border with Ukraine and Russia. And you can see that Russia now actually has invaded Ukraine in the Sumy region and are holding territory there. And it's very close to the city of Sumy. Guys, I've worked in this region a lot. Sumy's right here. It's nothing. FPV range, you name it, artillery range, glide bombs, of course, everything. So they're coming for Sumy. We've known this for weeks, but today even Vladimir Putin is talking about it, and that's what we're going to get to. But I wanted you to make sure you understood where that is on the map. Now, we're going to start. The first thing that Putin says today is the work of the Ukrainians in Kursk, the region we were just looking at, proved that they are neo-Nazis and idiots. So he's making reference to when Ukraine was there, they were destroying Soviet markers, Soviet monuments. It's the same thing that Russia does indiscriminately in Ukraine. They level everything. They level every marker. They level churches. They level schools. It's the pot calling the kettle black. He does the same thing, but they're so demented. And now with the green light really of Trump, hands off, to be quite honest, unless something shocks us, but don't hold your breath for that. This is Putin talking about Kursk. It's clear who you are fighting against if they are destroying the World War II monuments here. That gives us a reason to say that these are people who have a neo-Nazi ideology. What else can we say? What else can you call it? It's true. And they would even take second place in an idiot competition because they are all idiots. By doing what they do, they show what they are. So what you're seeing there is the Putin rhetoric. You know, many times people go, how can Donald Trump just throw out these names and a reporter comes and he says, well, who are you? Oh, you're an idiot. Get out of here. You work for fake news. You can see Putin doing the same thing, calling Ukrainians neo-Nazis, and they would come in second place in an idiot competition. It's the same rhetoric. Now, guys, just remember, this is a statement yesterday from Trump, and this is the green light, guys. This is the green light right here.
We were a laughingstock, an absolute laughingstock, but we're not a laughingstock any longer. And, I was talking to, as I said, President Putin for 2.5 hours. That was being very seriously listened to. We don't like what's happening. We don't like that we should have ever been involved. Would have never happened. But we're respected again as a country.
Yeah. We're respected again as a country. I spoke with Vladimir for 2.5 hours. He respected it. We're respected as a country. It's green light, guys. 100% green light. Now, in the same place, he moves over. He has the Kursk governors meeting. Guys, here you go. Drones are a problem. We still have to push them back a bit further. And we fully support you in what you've said. May God give you health to do it. How many kilometers do we need between us? Well, I think that Sumy needs to be ours. Absolutely. So that district will belong to Kursk. You see, they are attacking us, so what is there to talk about? We can't live like this, like a peninsula. We need to have more. At least Sumy. It's the right thing, but I think we will win with you. You're the Supreme Commander-in-Chief. But that's why we chose Alexander Sayevich as the governor. He also likes big things. Did you see it there, guys? Oh, I got to go big camera. He likes big things. It's the same thing. Big things. So, okay, drones are hitting you. Well, what kind of space do you need? What kind of buffer do you need? Well, I think we need Sumy. Yay! All the people are clapping. Exactly, they say. Okay, let's go for big things. That's why we put him in as governor. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. This is what's stated today. Big things. Now, let's take it a step further. How about Putin invoking the blessing of Joseph Stalin? The Russian Orthodox Church and Stalin himself has shown us the way. Here it is. The Russian Orthodox Church has shown many times throughout history that it is always with its people. Always. We recently celebrated the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. And everyone, well, maybe not everyone, but most people, they know that when the war started, it was Molotov who gave a speech. He said, citizens. And then when they realized what was happening, Stalin used different words. Brothers and sisters. And the Russian Orthodox Church, regardless of the mistreatment it had suffered from the authorities, when the time of trial came, it fully and completely forgot all of those things, all of the hardships, everything they had gone through, and they stood to defend the fatherland. And the same is happening right now. We're led by the Russian Orthodox Church, and Joseph Stalin understanding that it's not citizens, but it's brothers and sisters. We're going to stand to fight this war. It's exactly what he said just hours ago. Green light, ladies and gentlemen. Sumy. I've known for a few weeks, Zhenya sharing with me, Greg, you're going to hear more and more and more about Sumy. Just wait. And now we're starting to see that. Now, while Vladimir Putin is there waving his victory flags and touting big things, we also have Sergei Lavrov. So he's out on another mission. He's talking about the European Union. He's talking about the Trump call. He says, no, guys, we've been in these stories before. We don't want to do it again. Macron, Starmer, and other European figures who hysterically demand that the U.S. join anti-Russian actions and increase sanctions do not understand what they are doing. He then said the Russian Federation will no longer allow the principle of ceasefire with Ukraine, and then we'll see what happens. This is directly from Sergei Lavrov. I've got 2 video clips from him, and here is the first one.
Going back to what the EU expected from the Trump-Putin call, they said, we'll see. After the call, both Putin and Trump gave positive feedback, saying it's necessary. They agreed to work on concrete steps for long-term sustainable resolution. Yes, including using ceasefire opportunities, but primarily focusing on addressing the root cause. What did the EU do? They announced approval of the 17th package. This shows they wanted to escalate the crisis. They basically said, we heard you, but saw no unconditional support for a truce that would let us rearm Ukraine.
This is what they have in their mind. The ceasefire and the truce, going to rearm Ukraine. So instead of working toward that, because Putin and Trump had a great conversation, everything's good. But no, there's not going to be a ceasefire. We're not going to stop. We're not going to allow Ukraine to be rearmed. We're not going to allow Ukraine to rest and all of those stories out of there. It's the EU that wants to wage war against us through their proxy child, Ukraine. And until we solve the root causes, that will be a t-shirt. When Russia is defeated, I don't know how we'll design it, but it'll be the root causes got you. But it was your roots. And that is what led to your destruction. Now, he also says, guys, this is just not how Russia works.
Now, when they say, let's have a truce and see. No, guys, we've been there before. We don't want that anymore. Macron, Starmer, von der Leyen, and others in Europe hysterically demanding the US join anti-Russian actions and increase sanctions are just losing it. They just approved the 17th sanctions package against Russia in the EU. They had it ready last week, but said they'd wait for Trump and Putin to talk before deciding. But we demand a truce without preconditions.
That's what you have. We demand a truce without preconditions, meaning we can just do what we want to and wage war, not an unconditional ceasefire. And it's just not going to happen. It's not going to be that way. And this is where we stand. All of this is why the title says Putin has a green light. I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for subscribing and liking. Big appreciation to all of our team. And yes, I think the video validates it. The information coming out of DC, coming out of Moscow and Kursk region today validates green light. I've got the blessing of Stalin. Good luck, my friend. Go big. We'll be back at you later. A lot is happening. In fact, I'm getting news in right now. Iran is starting to, how can I say it best? Flex their agreement with Russia and use it in their negotiations against the United States. I told you this was coming, guys. It's all connected and we'll be following it. Thank you and be blessed.